Howdy folks, welcome to the brewery. Today I'm unboxing some new gear for the brewery. This fella here, the bucket blaster. It's a keg washing system and fermenter washing system from Kegland. Just got this delivered yesterday. These have been around for a while, and I've sort of looked at them and thought about it and never really wanted to spend the money. Well, probably the reality of the situation. But I've sort of gotten a bit over all the washing I do with all the different batches and stuff that are going through the brewery. And recently, one of the Patreons, Steve, has purchased one of these, and I've been having a few chats with him and seen some of his videos of him using it, and I sort of decided, no, I'm going to grab myself one. So I ordered one, and I've kept myself a couple of fermenters from the last few batches just sitting there so I can play around with them when we can clean them up and see how they go. So that's it. So before we get right into this, big shout out to all the Patreons of the channel. Without you guys, the experiments and the trials and the testing and stuff doesn't happen, and things like this wouldn't happen. I wouldn't have been buying this. It was just running with my normal beer budget, and it's part of the reason why I never have. It's outside my normal budget. It's always it's always appreciated, that help and that keeping the channel going. There's a link down the bottom if you're interested in checking out Patreon, seeing what it's about. A couple of bucks a month keeps the channel going, helps do things. There's prizes and recipes and stuff that go along with it. Top of that, big shout out to all the subscribers to the channel. Thanks guys. If you're watching and you aren't subscribed, hit the subscribe button down there in the corner so you know where you get notified when there's new videos and you don't miss anything. And if you like what's going on, hit the like button down there in the corner. So, that's it. Bucket blaster. It's normally in one kit. It comes in tissue in the box. And come there in a bucket. Now, funnily enough, I was watching a video, speaking of Patreon video just yesterday from Pierre at Simple Homebrew. I'm a Patreon of Pierre's channel. And he sent a video through yesterday, and he was actually doing the same thing, unboxing one of these, which was really sort of blew the mind a little bit, like that it happened all at the same time. But he did comment on the video about how dusty the box was when he got it, and how he was a little bit peeved off, but they're sending in a box so dusty. And I can appreciate that. I mean, I've been warehouse manager at some, done a lot of stores and stuff, and sending out product with bloody filthy dust on it is just wrong. And obviously part of the reason for that is this thing was actually made in 2020, very end, 11th of December 2020, or the 12th of November, depending on which date code you're exactly using. But that means it's been sitting around in Kegland's warehouse for quite a while. So, she's got some dust on it, but other than that, she's all good. So, we're in the bucket, she's all sealed up. Now, I think a good thing from having like that little bit of info from Steve, where I've seen some of his videos of him, getting this thing worked out, and some chats and things around it, and then again with Pierre's video yesterday. So I've got a little bit of an idea of what I'm looking at and what I'm expecting here, because as with most bloody Kegland stuff, the instructions are not with the product. You've got to go and bloody find them. So let's get into this. And this is back when I saw yesterday with Pierre, he had a bit of trouble getting the lid off. This is how these buckets are. Alright. Hopefully you can see in there alright. We've got our bits and pieces. So our pipe for now, what's it? I know what these things are because I've been watching these videos, so I'll go through and break down what's actually in here. Okay. Bucket is for, that's where all the components are going to sit and where our washing liquid or our cleaning solution is going to go. Let's have a quick look here. This is our pump stand, which goes in the bucket. Pump is in here. Now, it's a reasonably high flow pump. I think it's 65 watts by memory. Doesn't clearly state on there. Submersible pump, that sits in there on that bottom plate that's on that there, bottom plate there, which the pump sits on. And that then, as you can see, the plate is off centre, because once the pump's on there, that will attach with the cleaning arm and it sits in the middle. Alright. So, in there. Got our bag of goodies. We've got some hose for connecting bits and pieces. Let's pull everything out this quickly. So, just give you a bit of a run through on what the parts are. Then I'll get it together and we'll have a look at it once it's actually put together. So, what we've got some disconnects so we can connect our piping to the pump setup, and then we can clean through the gas and through the dip tubes on your keg or your fermenter, depending on how you're doing it. So they'll hook up. We've got our connects to go onto now disconnect, and we're only going to do all this stuff hand tight. Right, now hose will go onto that. Now we have these fellas. Now, remembering how this thing went together, that is our top piece, which creates our spray on top. And we have a T-piece here, which, by memory, that in the pump, that's just a socket. Screw the T-piece on. These are only plastic, so we don't want to tighten any of this too bloody hard. So our washer arm, if I want a better description, we're going to call that, because I said there's no instruction saying what it actually is, what part's called what. That goes in yay. We've got a socket with a duo-type push-in, which is just going to go in the other side of the T-piece. And then our hose will go from the T-piece, getting ahead of myself a little bit. It's going to run from it's going to run from there, out of the pump, comes through T-piece, which then splits off to our two disconnects. So what you end up with is spray through the top, spraying into your fermenter or your keg, and then you can run the disconnects onto your keg, which we'll see shortly. So I'm going to put this together. This is pretty straightforward. Bit of hose, two more bits of hose. So Back in a sec, we'll have a look at this thing in operation. Righto. So I've got the bucket. I've got a mix of PBW in there at 32 degrees, it's about 32 degrees Celsius. The instructions say not to operate the pump above 35, so make sure it's, well, I want it warm. I prefer it to be a little bit warm to make sure I'm going to get, yeah, as best cleaning as I can get. So pump the pump on, just push it down so the suction cups lock in. You can see here, I've got the hose connected. Now, make sure the pump's submerged, which it is. So the hose is ready to go, running off that T-piece at the bottom into our gas and beer disconnects to go onto the keg. Now, they say to run a safety loop in the cord, which basically means you've got to make sure that some part of the cord is actually hanging lower than the connection on the power, just so if it gets water running off, it's going to run on the ground, it's not going to run back to the connection. So I'll get this plugged in and I'll go and grab get a keg and we'll get this running. Rightio. So I've got my fermenter. I've just rinsed out, the yeast cake and whatnot. So you can see I've got a bit of krausen still sitting on there. Got me pressure cap. So what I can do, I can just drop this in here. Grab our disconnects. And pop them on. And sit that. I should be able to sit that inside, sort of. And a little fiddly. That's got her. So hopefully that's not going to just blow off when I turn it on. So let's give her a whirl. Righto, and we're away. So hopefully you can see her right. So she's thrown up, running down the sides, goes back in the bottom, and that's it. You let that run. Now, they say to run for 10 to 20 minutes depending on exactly how dirty things are. And Steve has suggested to me that he wants to, after about 5 minutes, he just turns it a little bit just to make sure the flow's getting everything. It looks pretty good. But we'll let this go now and we'll come back with 20 minutes and see how she's gone. Righto. We've been on for about half now, maybe 40 minutes. Bit of the crud wasn't coming off real easy, so I just stopped it and gave it a bit of a scrub out with me cobweb brew, which is what I normally use to clean. But she's done, so I'll turn it off. So she's all nice and clean. Looks fabulous. Looks a bit off the outside's got a little bit of crud on it. So have a look at the lid here, you see how she's fared. And yeah, that looks nice. All good, all clean. Lovely. All that needs now is to sanitise, and she's good to go. Perfect for this afternoon's ginger beer. So guys, that's it, bucket blaster. Could have done a little bit better than what it did. I was hoping I could get it clean without having to scrub, but yeah, apparently that's not going to happen. But that's far easier than the normal process where I let it sit and carry on. So I'm pretty pleased with that. I've got another one of these to clean to go for the second half of the batch of the ginger beer. That's it. Bucket blaster comes from Kegland. By memory it was 70 bucks, so you're looking about 85 bucks I think, you know, including postage. I think I paid $102 all up, and that included a 1 kilo tub of PBW, which I used 1 scoop of, which was about 20 grams. So you're going to get 50 uses out of that. So works out under 50 cents to run a cleaning cycle, including power. So that's all good. So guys, thanks for watching. So till I see you again when we're brewing beer, drinking beer, or talking beer, good brewing.